Yes, good afternoon. Here it's afternoon. In, I think, a few kilometers away, it's morning. I think we have mountain time, right? Okay. Nice to see you all from this perspective. It's the first time. So, for those who don't know me, I'm a guest here at Sravasti Abbey, and we've been having wonderful teachings on the Vinaya, on discipline, Buddhist discipline, and having lots of fun. We have had hilarious presentations from various groups on life at their place and here. And when you listen to that, you get the impression that this is very chaotic. But I must say, it's perfect. Before I came, I had several emails telling me how it's going to be, what I have to bring. I made a list of all the things I have to bring. I read the emails several times. I made sure I had the cleats, that was a new word for me, the spikes, my torch, my alarm clock, and warm clothes, a hot water bottle, which I haven't used yet, and lots of warm clothes, lots of layer of clothing. So my suitcase was very, very full. And I also brought a few presents, which we had, I think, during the talk ceremony a few days ago. And that's another talk. Okay, so I'm very grateful for all the preparation, for the information, and it has enabled me to fit in very well. And I want to talk mainly about three things: harmony in the Sangha, which is from a talk from Venerable Wu Yin, about a small nunnery that another nun and I have started in North Germany, and some of my experiences here and there, maybe. Okay. So, harmony in the Sangha. I heard has 6 aspects, and it's to do with the body, speech, and mind. Body, yes, speech, what we say, and mind, what we think. And first, the body, harmony of the body means Sangha in a Sangha community. That's what it's about, being a community, living together and sharing resources. So the body is taking care of the body and being healthy, exercise, walks, and staying together to support each other in that way. And speech means not complaining, not quarreling, being nice to each other, having a good communication. And mind means supporting each other mentally, and of course watching what you're thinking and your own motivation, and trying to understand others' motivation and things, what they're doing. So that's basically body, speech, and mind. And then there are 3 more of the 6. There are views. That means we share as a community or living together. However many we are, we have the same goal or similar goals. For example, as Buddhists, of course, we want to overcome our shortcomings and free ourselves from them and awaken to our Buddha nature. And help each other overcome our shortcomings or our hindrances or our defilements, whatever you like to call them. And this is one of the wonderful mind training things we can do in a community, and we can't really do when we're alone, because we need others to mirror us. Anyways, we have these same views in this sense. And then the 5th aspect is the Vinaya, that is keeping the precepts, it was called, but it's also seeing them as an opportunity to train and to appreciate them, or not to see them, it's like rules or like a prison that you can't be free, but to see them as opportunities to train and with others, of course. And then the sixth aspect of harmony is the benefit of training together as a community, the personal benefit. For example, since we share resources, and resources are not just the housing and the bedding and the food, which of course is excellent here, since there are so many excellent cooks around, but sharing the capabilities, learning from each other. And I heard from one person here that she knew nothing about videos, and now she was an expert at setting up the video camera and doing things like that. So these are great opportunities that we have. And another benefit from living as a community, as a Buddhist community, a monastic community, is that we are visible as a Sangha. And that is very important, even in North Germany, where I live. Just the two of us have started a small nunnery, so we're visible as a Sangha, and people are happy to support us, to give donations. Whereas as single nuns, we're not seen as Sangha, we're not seen as a community. So there's a big difference. And of course, it helps to have an association, a legal association, a non-profit organization, or a charity, or something like that, which we also have in Germany. There's some things I would like to go back to, which I really appreciate from Venerable Wu Yin, is that monasteries or nunneries usually have an abbot or abbess. But in her view, she says each monastic should shoulder that responsibility. And I think that's very, very important. I think it's very interesting, and it relieves me, honestly, because in our nunnery of 2 people, I'm the oldest. So I feel I have a responsibility, but hearing that each one shoulders that responsibility, it's shared. And in fact, we do share. So I'm glad we're going that way. And there's another point that I heard, that being in harmony or being harmonious does not mean that we have to have the same, we have to think the same in every way, but it means that our different personalities and the different views we have on different subjects, that they are aspects of harmony. They can be used to sustain us, to help us grow, and they're not necessarily a source of conflict. I felt that was a very important point for me. And another point was that being a community is like living in a family, where there are different personalities as well, and different viewpoints, different ideas, and that from there, but managing to assist each other and sustain the procedures and the things we want to do together, which is teaching Dharma, learning Dharma, and that is the heart from which Buddha's teachings reach the world. So like in a family with the different generations, they also reach out into the world. The children go to school and they influence other children and so on. So it's similar in that respect. So go to the nunnery. Time is running, I don't know. So far, there has been no nunnery for Western Tibetan Buddhist nuns. So we have started the first one, and it is a real challenge. But luckily, we have Sravasti Abbey to look to. We've looked at your website. Now I'm here. I can feel how it's run, and I really appreciate it. So we're on a good course, I think. And yes, what we did, as everything, there are a lot of causes and conditions to come about. And in 2013, my last parent died, so I suddenly had inherited some large sum of money, and there was this Swiss nun who'd come from outside, and we got to know each other, and we decided to do something for nuns in the long run, or not just to use up the money for ourselves or for retreats or whatever. So we bought some land, we built a house, and we made an organization, and we donated all this to the organization. So we're no longer house owners, but we can live there. And I would like to urge other monastics who are living alone, who know others, to get together and share resources, because that's really helpful, and it's easier to practice. Even if there are conflicts, then you can use those, of course, just as training. So, another point. What we do, how we are using the Dharma and learning. We're learning ourselves. Is that we are Skyping with other bhikshunis in Germany, in South Germany, another one in North Germany, another one in Denmark, and the two of us. So we have a group of 5 bhikshunis learning Vinaya by Skype, and we're using the material that we have received from Sravasti Abbey, from you, and also choosing Simplicity from book by Venerable Yin and some other Vinaya books, and we're going through the precepts one by one and teaching, helping to learn, supporting each other how to learn, what it means, what the story behind is, and so on. So we're learning gradually, going like that. And when we do Poshada, we invite other bhikshunis nearby, and also some who live far away, they can attend by Skype. So we are sort of reaching out in that way by very simple means. Okay, we're growing slowly by very simple means.